So, I have a reasoning with a brethren, a long time brethren, about Rastafari. So, first, they all share their name and what they do.
See, I'm on near Moqapi Selassie. I work as a prison chaplain in 11 prisons through 11, 12 prisons throughout the UK. Delivering what they call corporate worship for Rastafari prisoners, which involve drumming, chanting, reasoning, giving thanks and praise. Yeah.
See, so why Rastafari? What was the turning point in the life that lead to the movement?
Okay. A good question that, because I don't know if I could have really just point to any one specific thing.
See,
If you say why on the 13th of November 1976 I became a Rasta.
see,
So I don't know, I couldn't really point to it and say, well, that was the time. You know what I mean? Well, basically, parents them come from Jamaica to England. Parents them come in 1954, I think it was. And so them did have father and mother have 7 youths in Jamaica. Then come over here and then have 3 youths over here. So I was like the first one out of the 3 youth. So me are the first one born, yeah. And so growing up, basically we grew up in a Jamaican family based in England, right? And so therefore there was always that we used to dichotomy of being here, but when your parents are sitting down and talking about Jamaica, and, you know what I mean, cool breeze and the sunshine and so on and so forth. The food that we ate was Jamaican food. So, you had Jamaican food at home, and then when you went to school, you was like, well, how are this gonna give me? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So, and not only that, when I and I was coming up, right? Like now when them talk about institutionalized racism.
Yes, sir.
Racism was overt, plain, you know what I mean? So as a youth, if you walk out the road, they might call you names, nigger, wag, etc. Fling stone after you and all them something there. So that's what we grew up with. When we went to school, them call your name, it was usually fist fight and them something there. So it's always as if you didn't really belong here, you know what I mean? Even though I was born here, so I never really belong here, you know what I mean? So there was always that coming up. And really and truthfully, it's more like when we reach up in our teenage now, and you start listening, I listen music from where I come up from, what you call them, blue beat, to rock steady, to ska, to rock steady, to reggae coming up.
Right.
So we always listen to those musics as well as the popular music in England at that time. But the music we listen to kind of really more reverberate, you know what I mean, with I and I. So within the music, then, like in the 70s now we had the Rasta Revolution. So it's about them time, we start hear the music and a question, you know what I mean? How come you don't really know about our history, etc. When I went to school, for example, there was a history book they gave us. What's the name of the man? I think Dennis Richards was the author of the book. And it's about European history. And in the book, there was about 3 lines about Africa and slavery, right? And that was it. You know what I mean? Everything else was about Otto von Bismarck and Garibaldi and all these people, you know what I mean? That's what they need to teach you about, and so we never really heard about ourselves, in school, So in the 70s, it was really like a research to really find out oneself and where one fits on this planet Earth, you know what I mean? So I would say really in the 70s, them time there, you know what I mean?
So that was a turning point. So since it wasn't a buck-up thing then, how does one become a Rastafarian? Is there a sort of ritualistic practice or some sort of initiation, you know, like you know, how it happen?
Okay. I don't know if there's a, when you say initiation, there's not that kind of rites of passage thing, you know what I mean? Formalized. That's what I say. So it's not like, for example, in Judaism, they have the bar mitzvah at 13 or that age. You understand? It's not that. It's really when a one comes to awake, you know, something awakens within oneself. That could happen at the age of 15, could happen at the age of 20, could happen at the age of 25, could happen at the age of 30, could happen when you're 60, you know what I mean? It's just that awakening, you know? So that really, so there's not really an age specific thing. And I suppose it's when I want really just decide to locks up. I said, them I go put on them covenant, as them call it, and yeah.
So was it rebellious? You see it as a rebellious kind of thing in one's life, where them say, yo, we will rebel against something. We will rebel against institution. We will rebel against parents and make we go turn Rasta.
Yeah, that's the long and short of it, really. Because them used to take me to Sunday school. So we used to go to church, Baptist church. So my parents was in the Baptist church in Smallheath area in Birmingham, where I grew up. And so every Sunday we do go Sunday school and talk about Jesus and all the stories, you know, from the Bible. And what I like to realize really that when they tell us these things, it didn't really make sense. You understand? All these people are talking about turn the other cheek and forgiveness and love thy neighbor and all these things. But I never see it. You know what I mean? In that church, I never see it. You know what I mean? So we when we reach a certain age, you know what I mean? When daddy couldn't beat me no more, you have just said, nah, go on a church. Yeah. So that was it, really. Right. So I suppose that if that's a rebellion, yeah, that's when it happened there. Yeah.
So, how one identify as a Rasta? What are the main the features are one can look on one and say, yo, is a Rasta man that?
Well, it's how I want to live. You know what I mean? It's a liberty. So, for example, now, might just look on the outward, green, gold, and red. Man have locks, and woman have locks. And it's that, but it's more than that. You know what I mean? Centered around, really, I want to see Selassie the first of Ethiopia. You know? Do you see him as God and King, God in the flesh, or, you understand, just an important African leader? It depends. You know what I mean? So that's what it really centered around. It centered around Selassie the first. It centered around liberation and upliftment of black people. It centered around the redemption of Africa and such like, you know what I mean? Free oneself from colonialism, imperialism, neo-colonialism now, and neo-imperialism. You know what I mean? Because Babylon changed its character, you know what I mean, over the years. But it's still Babylon. Yeah.
So, I mentioned Selassie. So how does the teaching, how important is the teaching of Selassie and Marcus Garvey? How important it is, and how does it impact on the IS life?
Okay, very good question. It's like when we come up now, we never hear about no Marcus Garvey. So his music make we hear about Marcus Garvey. You have Burning Spear, Marcus Garvey, True, no, I can remember stand up in a Abbey record shop, which was on Smiley, Coventry Road, and buy that tune there, Marcus Garvey words come to pass, Marcus. So who is this Marcus Garvey words come to pass? Can't get no food to eat, can't get no money to spend. Boy, what a boy, you know what I mean? So I say, all right. I say, oh, son of St. Anne. So I say, well, my people them come from St. Anne, so let me go ask them now. If them know about Marcus Garvey. And when him tell me say, oh yeah man, he was just something, yeah, some man just make a whole heap of trouble. I say, a man don't make a whole heap of trouble. So I have to go research, you know what I mean, about Garvey. When we research about Garvey, there's a book called, and the first book we get on Garvey was a book called Black Moses by an white American writer. I think his name was Cronin, something so. And we read that book and we could kind of see that it's like a man writes something begrudgingly about someone. You know what I mean? Here come a man who built the biggest black organization ever. But the way the man write it was like, you know what I mean? It's like it's like a clown. You know what I mean? Dressing up in all these fancy uniform and thing and talking about, as they call it, going back to Africa, the Back to Africa movement as in target. You know what I mean? So it's like really like Garvey was just, you know, someone who lost his mind and was talking about organizing black people and, you know, organizing them to deal with self-reliance, self-determination, to have them own industries, own factories, you know, them own transport system, own ships, you know what I mean? So Garvey was dealing with ships and Black Star Line and, you know, those kind of things. So when I used to look on that, I said, wow. And he said, them man did serious in them time then. When them talk about organize, it was really on it. You know what I mean? And all them pull him down, you know what I mean? That was also what we gleaned from it. So you see, if you're going to stand up for your rights, you're going to get a fight. You know what I mean? So that we learn from Garvey, really.
So you say Garvey kind of give you this deeper connection as a first generation, what they would say, Black British, you know, born to Jamaican parents. So it was Garvey, Rasta, and Haile Selassie that give you that connection to your heritage.
Yes, sir.
See, right. So Rastafari movement, you know, as a movement, is it still relevant today? Is it still a resistant movement or just a cultural bearer? Or you say Rasta today?
Well, I see it like this: is it come to do our work, you over, and it's a resist. You know what I mean? So it's a resistant movement. Yeah, I down in the belly of the beast. So we want to come out, right? And I will transport it down here to Babylon for work. And now it's like we've done the work, and we don't get the compensation for that work, and we're still there, and we want to come out of here. You know what I mean? So really and truthfully, it's for chant down Babylon is the aim of Rastafari. You know, see it. So yeah, as my name Martin Plano, it's dead, right? A book called The World's Strangest Man. It says it's a movement, not a statement. You over. So it's not really for Rasta to be here. You know what I mean?
I want to emphasize on that when you say it's a movement and not a statement. What that really mean to a Rasta? What that really mean? What that I say?
It has say you have to come out of here. Just like in our Bible say, come out of here, my people, in a Revelation 18. You know what I mean? Because the mighty Babylon has fallen. You over. So Babylon is falling. You over. So you know when Babylon fall upon I and I. You over. And that we get trapped in Babylon. Yeah, I think so. Like for example, now, so like in the 70s, them have a thing them called zeitgeist, the spirit at the time. And so everything moving like in cycle.
See.
Right? So that was like the beginning of a cycle.
See.
Right? And so that was the spirit at the time. The spirit at the time then was really, we have to get out that we need to know ourselves. We need to control something. You over. And basically we did it on a cultural tip. So within Rastafari, you have everyone's supposed to have, in them time, everyone's supposed to have a works. You know what I mean? And when they talk about works, they're not talking about like your job. You know what I mean? Because you go get a job, you're working for Babylon. Right? Basically. Yeah, so you have to have a works for Rastafari. So what is your Rastafari works outside of that 9 to 5? That's if you could get one. Right? So ones did different things. Some man would make belt, some man would knit, a woman they would make neck clothes, man would do tailoring, some man do art, take that go to town and sell, some man just buy fruit or something like that or cook, and that's how ones would do things. Some man play a sound system, some man make band, you know what I mean, and music and so forth. Right? So that was what ones were doing then. So there was a feeling at that time of a movement. Right? Because everyone was doing something. Pertaining to Rastafari. You know? And I think what happened then is that you had unemployment, so you had plenty of time to do certain things. But as with anything, right, as you get older, certain things kick in. You have youth, they need money, and so on and so forth, so you go and go get work. And then what I find is that enough ones couldn't balance working on the plantation and then doing Rastafari work. Because by the time you come home now after a hard day of work, you just want to kick back and you don't want to go do another 8-hour shift. You over a 4-hour, 5-hour shift, because you have to go to work a morning. You over, so that kind of logistics, you know what I mean, that kind of kick in, right? And to tell you the truth, I think enough people get comfortable here in Babylon, you know what I mean? Yeah, so when one never had, you chant down Babylon, you over, because you never have. You never have no car, so you chant down car. You have tried everywhere you go. You over, but when you get a car now, you not chant down car, because you over. Right, so so it's that kind of thing. So that's where I think, you have that kind of notion, like, well, Rastas is still here, and they're not that vociferous as before. You understand what I'm saying? And then like the younger generation now, I think so with the younger generation, because enough of them born Rasta and grow up in a Rastafari, right? And then now, it's just like with I and I parents. When I and I grew up, it was, well, what we have, what if we achieve, all right, we go to church, and we all right with church, and you understand, there's the shops and so on and so forth. Well, I and I, you come up, and them don't see that amongst I and I. You over, right? So we have this tendency amongst I and I to build things and then pop them down. Build them and pop them down. Build them and pop them down. So when you come in with the pop them down phase, you go say, well, what have these people done? You understand? You keep talking this Africa thing, but what about here? You understand what I'm saying? So, no, when you talk about like rebellion, like with I and I the rebel against I and I parents and them Christianity. Enough of them who grew up in a Rastafari now rebel against Rastafari. In the sense that, well, you not really get I and I us where we want to go. You over, so you know what I mean? Something I'll try something else. You get me? That's what I see.
So so looking at the emphasis now today, would you say Rasta is more religious as opposed to the radical philosophical thinking? The resistance. You mentioned Plano earlier. So when we look on works, Plano, and then we look on the works of man like Walter Rodney, Grounded with My Brothers, those reasoning. Now, that kind of reasoning, that kind of philosophical reasoning and how it impact on the youth them today, where you say, why I rebel against Rasta. Do you think that that's something that's missing?
I think so. What happened is that, I might look upon it, I think Rasta is a way of life, but I think ones want to kind of just put it in the religious category.
See.
You offer. If you put it in a religion, then we'll recognize it.
See.
You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what Babylon do. Babylon pigeonhole certain things. You offer. Right? So how do you know pigeonhole Rasta?
See.
You offer, because I might see Rasta this way, and next Rasta will see it completely different.
See.
So you can't really categorize it. But them want to categorize it. So it's a religion. So we almost get along with peace and love and one love. And you understand what I'm saying? So when them play Bob Marley, them play one love. But them know talking blues. Right? When he says, well, I feel like bombing a church. Now that I know that the preacher is lying. You over. Right? So that's that I see. You know, it's like when I do poetry. Right? Well, I never say my dub poet. Right.
Make it known.
Yeah. So when I do poetry, right? I have the pity poems. I call them pity poems. Yeah? Like confidence and them kind of poem there that people hear and they say, oh yeah. You know, like I respect you, Miss Lou, and so on and so forth. You offer. Them are a pity poem. But if you really get down there and some rougher poem then no. You offer. Like Bad Boy America and them kind of poem there. You offer where ones of a kind of thing. Or, you know, what I did a performance one time down at Birmingham University, and I did all the pity poems and all the clapping. You over, and then me do a poem. What was the poem me do? A poem about killing. You over. All them killing after black youth, them self-defense is no offense, and them poem there. And when me done the poem, it's quiet. You over, because I tell you the reality, no. Over time I face down here in England. You over, on the streets. You over, at that time, it's not like now. Right? What the youth them face now in England, the black youth them, is different from what I face as black youth back in the day. You over. Because it's not an ex-black youth you're frightened of, like now, you feel in fear of. It was white skinned who are going to run you down and kick the shit out of you. You over. Right? So that was the situation, the reality. Then, you know what I mean? So that reality has changed. You over. But Rastafari is basically, as Muta Baruka said, right? It's a black liberation movement with a spiritual nucleus. You over. Some just want it to be like you're going to go beat drum on a important day. And then that's it. You over. You can put with the drum them and carry on with your lovely life or whatever you go through until, you know, July 23 come, you get out the drum them again, you gather a big drum and then go away and smoke a weed and, you know, I mean, play music. Rasta is not that. Rasta is tearing down Babylon. You over. Because no fans don't even define Babylon. When they define Babylon, them say, we're fighting against spiritual wickedness in high and lower places. You over. That's Babylon. I don't define Babylon like that. I take the Cresswell scene and nearly full definition of Babylon, what they call it a global white supremacy system. I call it a global white usurpemacy system. You over. Because if I say, yes, Selassie is the earth rightful ruler. So if him are the earth rightful ruler and I now run the earth right now, right, then those who are run it are the wrongful rulers. So them are usurper. You over. That means to say them usurping them power. And Bible don't tell you say the devil are going to run the earth for a certain while. So that we see are going right now. You over. Now this Babylon that we're talking about, you over that we are chant down with the drum, right? Control 9 area of people activity. You over, which is economics, education, entertainment, labor law, politics, religion, sex and war. Them cover all them bases. So if you just in the religion part, which them don't control already,
See.
you over. You just in other part. What about economics?
See.
What about entertainment? You over. What about education? You over. So I know in Babylon, and we send I know youth go to Babylon school. And we see the side, so when I put them in and come in as Rasta, you over, because I'm a Rasta when I'm going there. And then 10, 11 years later, when them come out, them are no Rasta. So something happened in that school process that turned them from Rasta, right, to whatever, to roadman or whatever. You over. So them get educated out of Rastafari. So Rastafari have to have them own a curriculum and them own a education system. You over. You have to have them own a economics. You over. The richest Rasta man on the planet is Bob Marley. And Bob Marley passed from 1980 odd. But if you tap in the computer and say how much Bob Marley worth, a billions. And him is one Rasta man. Look how many Rasta man on the planet. So if every Rasta man did manifest to the level that Bob Marley manifests, we're not talking poverty again. You over. We're talking riches. You over. So it's that, you know what I mean? Because religion, when I check religion or Christianity, I tell me, say, we must suffer. God will come and say, we are long suffering people we deem to suffer no longer. You over. So that can't suit me, so me have to go, how long I have to suffer for? You over. Another 20, 30 years. You over. And we don't suffer 20 already. You over. When the sufferation are go down, you over.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so that.
Sense.
So once I've looked and had them other different areas that ones are dealing with, you over and define Babylon for what it is. It's a global white usurped system. You over. That's what man fighting against. And it runs 365 days a year and 366 in a leap year. You over. So, you know, when them say Jah don't sleep, Babylon don't sleep neither. You get me?
Yeah, constantly away. So, yes, so given the impact of Rastafari, you know, on the international level, so we mentioned, you know, the eras in which we now tap into as Rasta, you know. You think Rasta is being affected on a social and cultural level? What I mean is there still those barriers that are preventing Rasta from moving forward, even though Rasta is accepted as part of what would say popular culture? You know, is it just popularity?
You see, as we say with Babylon, you over. Him smart. You over. So what you find is that Babylon is like this, you know, right? I can't remember. I think it's a book called, a writer called Stephen King, in a book called Reggae Rhetoric, and I can't remember the full title of the book. And then another brother called Edmonds, right? Him come and him say, you know, what happened with Babylon, right? Babylon is like this. Any new movement that springs up, right? It goes through a certain number of phases. The first phase is repression. Them try to wipe it out. You over. So that's what did happen with Rastafari. And that's what did happen with Christianity and all these things that pop up. These different things that pop up. Punk and all these different rebellious things. Right? Them try to wipe it out. When them can't wipe it out, them accommodate it. Yeah? So we recognize you now, yes. Yes, there's something in it, and yes, they need to express themselves and so on and so forth. So so they have repression, then you have accommodation, right? Then you have the co-option, right? And then the commodification of it, right? So when them co-opt it now, right? For example, in the book it shows you like in Jamaica, the Jamaicans, the government fight against Rastafari. You over try to wipe it out. Yeah? When them couldn't wipe it out, no, them say, all right, let us bring Selassie over. Right? Because they're saying, these people are saying that he's their God. So if we can get God to come over and tell them, say, no, go so, then he can quash it. Right? But that never happened. When he come over, he never do that. Right? So it kind of more like give it legitimacy. You over, so they know them accommodated. Okay, we bring in the Ethiopian Orthodox Church and so on and so forth, but them still a fight against Rasta. You over, then them do what? Them co-opt it. They take the music and the politicians them know. 72 election, 76 and so on. Them get the singers them to sing about, to come and sing song about better must come and all them kind of thing.
Was that the manly rhetoric?
Yes, the man, all right. You understand what I'm saying? Right? So it looked like, yeah, we Rasta we look and say, yeah, we're making little progress because them not bust we head no more. Them not trim me up and lock we in a jail. Right? Them a do it over the ganja thing, but that is just natural. You over, right? We have to go get a little fight because, you know, we have to suffer. Right? And so then them come at the fight. When them promoting Jamaica now, them promoting reggae music with Rastaman Cree Love. You over, them reggae music sunshine, them will have the picture of the Rastaman in the water with the big smile on his face. You over, basically come to Jamaica and you can get some good weed and you have Rasta here, so you over.
Yes, rent a dress.
Yeah. So that's why you would get in 2013 up at the University of the West Indies, you hear Portia Simpson state, right, that Rasta is a part of brand Jamaica. You understand? So it's always a brand. So when you sell in Jamaica, Rastafari is a part of it. It's being commodified. You over, so you have the green, gold, and red. You put that in a Adidas, put that in a tracksuit, and you understand what I'm saying? And so once we go out and buy it and sell it, you get me? So originally, is a Rasta man down the lane, right? Oh, I need it, the Rasta woman, I need the tam them because we need tam. You over? No, if you check, you go for buy a tam, it's made in China. You over? Right? Because them see say, oh, it sells, there's a market. You over, so let us mass produce it. So that Rasta brother know our sister out of business. You over? Work hard. You don't want to have £20 time when you can go and get a £10 one and machine knitted and a whole heap of different things in it. Buy that. You over. So it get commodified. And when it get commodified now, once you say, yeah, we are right, we in. We're nice.
So I guess we can move on to you know, the whole thing around cultural appropriation. You know, we see a lot of people wearing dreadlocks or locks or twists up and you know, but doesn't identify themselves as Rasta. So do you think that's a form of cultural appropriation or cultural freedom?
A very good question. Yeah, how I can put it. I will Fred Locks, wolf, leave the sheep alone. Go over. You put on the sheep them clothing, and you not deal with nothing. You over. So yeah, that's basically what I described earlier when them talk about the co-opting and the cultural appropriation, really commodification of it. You over. Because Rastafari, just like I was stating in the beer, you over. One have this notion, say your man free and everything free, so we don't really want the money. You over. And I question, I say, well, why not? You over, because there's certain things, when we're burning things, we burn a holy thing. You over, but we don't burn righteous suffering. You over. But I burn righteous suffering amongst Rastafari. Why? Why you need to suffer? You over. What you mean? You get me? So I burn it. So yeah, cultural appropriation. It's a go on because I will show you an example. You over. Is that I was reading something come up on social media, you know, after the 50 years of reggae, and it's been now at the UN, it had that cultural, you have a cultural whatever protection that it come from Jamaica. And then a week later now, it pop up on social media that in the Billboard top 10, yeah, not one black reggae artist in it. You over. Right? American white bands and so on and so forth. You over. So it's no different to I man than rock and roll. You over. Heavy metal, all them something there, punk even. You over. I bring it into being and then them called a jazz. You over, then them culturally appropriate it. Go put it up in a university where one can go and study it. You over, and then them packaging it out now like a damn we love it. You over. When them never, them just go and listen, study. You over, and then take it and then, you know, make a whole heap of money off it, said we still.
See, so we can look at even cultural appropriation from in a deeper levels, you know. Non-black people, you know, white Rasta.
Yeah.
You know, how do you see that? You know, is Rasta inclusive? You know.
Well, very good question again. It's inclusive, right? In the sense that one's not stopping a one from saying Rastafari.
See.
You over. So, for example, now, if a white man, woman, say them say yes, Selassie, you over.
See.
As them redeemer, savior, them Jah and king. How can I really turn around and say, well, no, because you're white, you can't. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Oh, no, you're white, so you can't deal with that. Go and go find your white God. You have your white God already. You over, so go and go deal with him. You over, right? I can't do that, because you're a black man who don't see. And black woman who don't see. And most of the biggest fight I get is from I own black people. You over. So
what role does the past in terms of enslavement and colonialism, you know, how does that sit to say, you know, your forefathers were the down pressers?
Yeah.
You know, so now you come embrace, you know, a resistant movement where I say freedom from Babylon. You know?
Yeah. How I see that is that them is supposed to impress upon your people them, right? That you over the Rastafari, right, is right, right? And therefore you're supposed to be getting monies, dealing with reparations. You over. That's what them supposed to deal with. Reparations. Yeah? For example, now, within the Christian tradition and Bible, them talk about forgiveness. Yeah? Love thy neighbors, love thyself. Yeah? And if you love your enemy. See, I went through enslavement. Yeah? And I don't get no reparation. I don't hear the Christian church who was also implicit in the enslavement and subjugation and degradation and downgradation of black people. I don't see them saying, let us sell our wealth that we have appropriated.
So, yeah, Rastafari is known to be apolitical. You know, a movement we say, boy, we now get involved in the politics. You know, Babylon politics. You know, I think it was way back in '61 when a Rasta brethren, Sam Brown, you know, set up a party called Sufferers People's Party. You know, and so Rasta said not deal with politics. But at the same time, do you think that Rasta would have achieved, you know, greater prosperity if they had gotten involved, even up to today, in the political system in Jamaica? You know, for instance, we could say Garvey was a politician, in some sense.
Well, Garvey set up the PPP, is it? The People's Political Party. You over, right? So Garvey didn't realize you have to deal with politics. You over. No, I think in a many aspects, Rasta take that stance, yeah, because we now deal with Babylon. You over. So you have different So you have a spectrum of Rastafari. You have different ones, but how can I put a gradation on that spectrum? So you have some Rastaman who bomb Babylon. Them not even a television, them not even a car, them not even a bus. Them just gone up in the hills and them gone go live off of nature. You have that Rastaman there. You over not even no plate, not even no knife and fork, a calabash him a deal with. You over. Him not even no stove, him a deal with raw food, him just eat natural, not even cooked food. You over. You have that Rastaman there. You over. Then you have the Rastaman now who would say, why? We have to deal with politics, you know. You over. We have to deal with it. You over. Because even not voting is a political statement in itself. You over. But, as I say, Babylon control 9 years of people activity. So if I and I take that stance that we're not dealing with politics, what happened? The politician them say, okay, right, we don't need to cater for them. Because they don't vote anyway.
Not a representative, so you know.
We don't, You over. And what I get to realize is that if you take the Jamaican model, right, how did you have these men who, when in 1961, when they go on a mission, right, you had Rastafari who's dealing with the meeting with heads of state pertaining to repatriation. You over. And then they met with the heads of state of Ghana, Ethiopia, Sierra Leone, Nigeria. You over. Right? And that trad. Right? So them was basically.
So you're referring to man like Hibbert and.
No, I no.
That is before.
Hibbert them come before. So in 61 now, you had man like Alvaranga.
Oh, see.
Martin Plano. And who was the other one? There was 3 of them that they go. I think it's Douglas Mack.
Yes.
Yeah? There was the 3 Rasta. It's 10 different ones to go. Right? Now they had to petition the government. They had to petition the Jamaican government pertaining to we need a mission. Right? So they had to go and talk to them. You over. The Jamaican government said, all right, on a go on. They paid for them to go. You over. When them come back now, right, and submit them 2 different reports were submitted, a majority report, and the Rastaman them dealt with a minority report. You over. And what happened is that there was a change of government. You over. One name, Bustamante come in, and Bustamante was against Rastafari from its inception. You over. So them just park that. You over. But Rastaman have to deal with politics because how you going to get repatriation if you're not if it's not a political thing? You over. Because right about now it's a migration thing. You save up your money and go. You over. We are talking about repatriation and reparation has to be in it. You over. Even in England, we're supposed to deal with reparation, you know. Right? Because it's to repair. So for example now, if at the age of 16, I don't get no work, yeah? And that happened and I out of work for 10 years. You over, I try and get, I don't get no. The person who get work at the age of 16, that's a 10-year head start pan I. You over. Why? Because I'm black and I a Rasta. You over, I can't get no work. You over, I deal with. Yeah? All right. With families. When I came here, right, in the 50s, 60s, mother, father, children, that was the structure of I and I family. So what has happened in the space of 30, 40 years now, where the family has been broken down, so much so that we have a majority single parent family headed by woman. What happened? How did that come about? You get me? Right? And therefore we have these different problems now with the youth. You over. So, you know, the so-called absentee father. How him come about, how him get get that status now.
Kick out of the picture.
You understand?
See it.
You get me?
See.
So that man know a bit like, well, why for I to be a man have to be hyper masculine.
See.
You over. Right, my body somewhere the road. You get me? So them someday.
See. Yeah, so we are.
So yeah, politics.
Yeah, politics and.
Going to have to deal with politics.
Yeah.
Rasta have to go and go deal with economics.
See.
Going to have to deal with education. Going to have to deal with all those different areas.
See.
You over.
So yeah.
I have to go deal with war too. Have some soldier.
Warrior.
How you go defend yourself
See.
if you're under attack.
See.
But some man I go talk them something there.
No,
Them a go talk you over.
The one love, in the part, in the far, the one love rhetoric.
Yeah.
So we are looking at another thing now, where political again, the use of ganja. You know, we can't leave out the part there because, you know, Rasta is still the most likely prosecuted, you know, for the usage. You know, so now we hear them say this legalization of ganja as a recreational drugs. You know, how does that, you know, sit with the eye? If you know, say, boy, yo, you couldn't burn a spliff, you know, police lock you up, police beat you up. No, the most say, boy, all right, you know, we'll put some money on it, you know, yeah, you can smoke a spliff, it's recreational.
See, well, I look on it like this, right? It's how you use to make money.
See.
From day one. You understand what I say? Because that man who illegally is selling it,
See.
yeah? When he gets the money, what does he do with it? He spends it.
See.
You over. And that goes into the economy.
See.
You understand what I'm saying? So all these things when they're talking about drugs and all them something there, like cocaine, heroin, all these things, these are bring money into the economy.
See.
Right?
See.
Enough of them, well, they never used to grow here. Now you over. Ones are growing in them bedroom or them house or whatever. You over, so them are crap there. So now it's going here.
See.
You understand what I'm saying?
See.
Right? So one sees that it's lucrative. Right? It's always has been, but maybe now it's more lucrative than before.
See.
Right? So now it's become an industry. You over. And so therefore it's a capitalist system we in now. Right? So they might go capitalize upon it. The reason why they make it illegal, right? Maybe ones have to go and look, why did they make it illegal? Maybe it was a racist thing. You over. If you check the history, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's just no different from alcohol. Them did it, that was illegal at one time. And the man used to make it anyhow.
Yes.
You over, right? So if you remember the movie you used to watch,
Moonshine.
Yeah, and Prohibition and all them something there. You over, right? So this is it, Babylon will make the rules and Babylon break the rules. You over. So now it become lucrative. So what you will find now is that they legalize it in certain parts and they make the money. Next ones know, right? So for example, now Jamaica and all these Caribbean islands, you over, right? Them is not brave enough and bold enough to have said, we are going to legalize it anymore. Before the Americans and them, they said, well, we are legalize it. You over. So them was there doing the bidding of the Americans to stop it from but them know say it bring him money. You over. So to why man really and truthfully it's just another appropriation and it's really for Rastafari to really wake up. Maybe that's what them supposed to get political about. You over, get political about that. But we want a slice of that cake there. You over because we there get the crumbs from long time anyhow. You over. And we bake the cake, we petition for it. Because for Aina is a sacrament. You over. So we have got money anyhow. Whether you make it illegal or not. So make I know. Get some of the goodies. Get some benefit from it. And I hear these things talking like in the Caribbean, like in Antigua and Jamaica, where they're saying, all right, Rastaman can, we waive that, that monies. You over for the license. But I don't hear it in England. And in England, one's got persecuted for ganja as well. Rasta get locked up for it. When Rasta get locked up, them used to trim man. You over for smoking ganja. And the ones who are here quiet. I don't hear anyone talk about, yeah, Rasta man forget a license, you know. You over. Rasta forget a license. You over. That we can make money off of this thing legitimately. We don't have to hide around no corner about it. You over. And we didn't want to say no. We're looking at modern times, you know. The affairs are gone. You over. So Rastafari is not just stuck in the Bible. That every time we talk, we have to talk about Moses and things that go on 2000 now. If it did go on at all, you over. We talk about now. You know, the era now. Well, in the era now, we find amongst the youth them, there's a whole heap of knife stabbing and killing and all these things. In 2018 last year, my name Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London. He come on the television and say, these stabbings that are going on in London is over 11.3 million cocaine trade. I mean, say, what? How you know that? Yeah, you are the mayor of London, and you come tell me, say, you over. He never say, well, I think it's about between 6 and 12 million. He give me a precise figure, just like if he was talking about the car industry or any other industry. You over the car industry this year is going to bring in, and then he give me a figure, 12.5 million. Yeah? Him say the cocaine thing, right? Them are man. Them youth are kill themselves, kill each other over 11.3 million. Cocaine trade. How him know that? Right? Number one. And number two, why would you be killing yourself over that? So it's not that them are killing themselves over. Yeah? Because anyone would logically thinking, we don't need to kill ourselves over that amount of money because there's enough there for everyone. So it defies logic. If you say that, well, yeah, me I go kill a man over. No.
It make no sense.
It don't make no sense. I mean, no, why it don't make no sense? Because in 1884, 1885, right? Otto von Bismarck called a conference in Berlin when the European countries were scrambling for Africa and fighting them one another over Africa. And he said, lads, let's get together, and let us just share it out. We don't need to fight. There's enough for all of us. You have your sphere of influence, we'll have ours, and so on and so forth. And that's how them capture Africa. You over, so that's what I would say, you over. It's all economics. Them tell me about black market, red market, whatever color the market, market a market. And taxes get paid by people when you go buy things.
Makes sense.
You over.
Yes,
so, yeah.
So we'll wrap up this reasoning now. Yeah. So Rasta having survived constant persecution, religious and political dogma. You know, would you say the Rastafarian movement has reached its climax, has it earned its place as a great movement within a political or religious development in 21st century? You know, and how we move forward.
See, well, Rasta done already establish a way you over in the minds and the psyche of the people on the planet Earth. You over. So, you know, anytime they want them put on something and they want make it cool, they drop a little reggae beat in it and so forth. You over. And it's Rastafari creed of reggae. Right? So it's I9 music that. You over. That's number one. Number two, but do I and I get much benefit out of it or control it? That's another question. You know what I deal with, right? So, yeah, Rastafari, but there's a lot of things that Rastafari need to do. You over. And it's like, for example, once my thing say, well, it's only just get to Africa and that is it. But I and I are living here right now. You over. Right? So where is I and I tabernacle, as them call it? You over, them call it a tabernacle. Right? So when you go to Jamaica, you'll find a structure, tabernacle. You over, that's where the Isis keep. You over, go to Africa and the same thing. You go to, but you come to England now, and what do I and I have? You over, we don't even have a building. You over, when we say I and I congregate and you over give Isis and manifest work and all them something there. You over, so to I is not that kind of Rasta where I look around and say everything is hunky-dory and so on and so forth. Then can legalize weed a little more, we still want to come out of in here. You over, we still want reparation.
Move out of Babylon.
You over, right? And you know, so for example now, even the African country them are going away too. You over, right? Because them look upon I and I who them call it I and I the diaspora or the sixth region. You over, them look upon I and I like I and I are something else other than African. You over. So it's like them don't even want I and I for forward. Because I don't hear them at Afalan. And you know what I mean, resources for I and I to come forward and develop. But it's I and I down here in a Babylon, right, campaign the most about Africa and hold up the flag of Africa. You over globally. You get me? So that's how I look on it. You get me? These countries, through Rasta, they might make money off of Rasta. England make money off of Rasta. You over. America make money off of Rasta. Jamaica make money off of Rasta. Ethiopia make money off of Rasta. Ghana make money off of Rasta. You over. Why would one jump on a plane to go to Ethiopia? If it wasn't for Rastafari, who was sang about Ethiopia and Shashamane and from time. You over. And then one treat we like nothing. You over. So there's a whole heap of things Rastafari have to do. Yeah, that's how I look on it, because we have Rastafari teachers, where's the Rastafari curriculum? We have Rastafari healers, where's the Rastafari health service? You over. So I look on it, Rastafari writers, well, where is the writing? You over. Rastafari filmmakers, well, where is the films that you're making pertaining to Rastafari that will forward an agenda? Right about now, Rastafari agenda. That's what Babylon is using. Because they've run out of their agenda. They run out. You over, you know, so them perplexed. You over. Rastafari have them in division right about now. You over, all you can do is laugh after them. Really, because you see, them call themselves politicians. Look how tourism here run around like a headless chicken. You over, because the people them say, come out. But she wants to stay. You over, and the politician them really want to stay. So how you come out now? Well, the same thing I have to do. I have to figure out how I go come out.
Forward movement.
Forward out of Babylon. You over. So ones have to wake up again.
Yes, I.
And that's it, Rasta.
Moqapi Selassie.
Yes, I.
Give thanks for the reason.
Yes, I.
Rastafari.
Every time, Coco.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, give thanks. Yes.